Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are trying out the brand new Natasha Denona Zendo palette. I am so excited. This is based off and inspired by her Midi Zendo palette. I feel like I have to say this in a very calm, cool, collective way because it's a very serenity, calm, center yourself type palette, but I cannot wait for you guys to see how I created this gorgeous eyeshadow look. But before we get started, if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss a video. I'm here every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and you want to join our fun glam fam, please give this video a huge thumbs up too, you guys. It really does help me out in the algorithm, and when you drop a comment and say hello, I love hearing from you guys. I really genuinely do. And you want to make sure you're following me at Christy Allure on Instagram because I'm going to be doing a huge giveaway with Amy June lashes, so stay tuned for those details. Follow me at Christy Allure, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and without further ado, let's get started. Alright you guys, let's get started. So very excited to try out this new Zendo eyeshadow palette by Natasha Denona. It is so beautiful. Those are the up-close shots when I first received the product, and I got it in the mail from Sephora. It is also available on Natasha Denona, and I will have all the links in the description. This palette is, again, based off the Midi Zendo. So I did purchase the Midi Zendo last year. I don't know if I ever did like a look on camera with this particular one, but I know I wore it in that video. I think it was, oh, I know what it was, is when I did the highlighter, the Natasha Denona highlighter last year. So I will pop up the card right there. But this was a gorgeous little mini palette. I absolutely love these. These are $25. I will show you the price comparisons between the mini and how many ounces and grams you get in that mini relative to the Midi palettes. And then she has her larger pan palettes at like over $100. I must say like 125. I've never purchased one of those. I've only purchased her Midi palettes at the $65 price point range, which I personally love that she's doing that now because it just makes it a little bit more affordable to everyone else. So this one does contain 15 pans, and the size is about 19.25 grams total. So you're looking at about $3.38 per gram. And each one of those pan sizes, you're getting a good amount of product in there. It's gonna last you a long time. What I like is that you can always push out these little pans and kind of switch them out in between. Like I have the bronze palette here, I have the sunset, I have the glam palette. Maybe there's a few shades sometimes that you don't feel like you're gonna use, like in this new one, but you wanna pop out. You can do that. You can interchange them and do whatever you want with them. That's the beauty of her Midi palettes, that she does that. I don't know if she does that in her larger pan palettes. I know she doesn't do it in the minis, but I love that, you know, she does sell her individual shadows on Beautylish. Oh, Beautylish.com too also has this available. You can always interchange those and buy her singles on her website, or Sephora doesn't sell it, or on Beautylish.com. So that is really nice. This is made in Italy. I will go over the description right there. It's oil-free, long-wearing, cruelty and paraben-free, and it's a combination of shades that conceptualizes a mix of elements, an ambiance where wood meets metal and nature meets modern. A warm and cool tone palette inspired by an ambiance where nature meets minimalist architecture, a mix of elements that conveys peacefulness and tranquility. Again, these are not repeats. So there are 15 new iconic Natasha Denona pressed pigment eyeshadows. It includes a range of browns, beiges, pinks, coral shades, complemented with some of those teals and mint greens that really kind of just bring some life to the palette. It's a perfect balance and color combination to create both warm and cool everyday looks to very bold and expressive looks. Her shadows are always formulated with without talc, parabens, or phthalates. So let's take a look at those swatches. Those are my arm swatches I already did, and let me tell you guys, oh my goodness, it was even hard to get it off my arm. It took me forever to get those colors off my arms. That's how good her shadows are. They were so creamy and buttery, but you can't always go by arm swatches. I want to see how they perform on the eye. We're not going to use all these colors today, and I'm not going to do multiple looks. We're going to do one very wearable look today, but I do want to go over some of those really beautiful shades you see right there. So there's 4 cream to powder formulations. You have Mindful, Mantra, Breath, and Calm. And her cream to powder formulations can be used wet or dry, and they really give you that richly pigmented wet powder formula that's very easy to blend. Not everybody's a fan of her cream to powder, but I feel like I've always had good experience with them, so we'll see. And then we also have 4 creamy mattes, which her creamy mattes are just incredibly beautiful. And that is Balance, Vigor, Relief, and Zeal. I hope I said that right. And then we have 5 metallics, which is Luster, Flow, Equilibrium, Sense, and Tranquil. And then 2 duochromes, which I love her duochrome shadows. And that Aura one is really beautiful. It's a medium golden orange with like a red shift. And then you have Yama, which is just extraordinarily beautiful. And that one is a very light peach bronze, but it has those green reflex in it. It is absolutely stunning. We will definitely be using that color today because we're gonna do a very wearable look, like I said. All right, we already went over all the details. I'm just gonna kind of show you guys if you already have some of her palettes and you're like, well, do I really need another Natasha Denona? I mean, don't we always say that? But if you are a Natasha fan, you always need a new Natasha palette. Come on. The only one I did not buy was the Circa one, which just came out, I want to say earlier this year, but they were just a little too bright for me and not colors I know that I was going to wear, and I already had to buy so much makeup to review. I'm like, I can't afford to keep buying all of her palettes. But when things jump out to me, like I really loved the Mini Zendo, so I was like, and I love the Mini Retro too. The Mini Retro and the Mini Zendo actually remind me a lot of each other, and I'll show you up against these. So I don't know if you guys own either one of these, but they are absolutely beautiful. So these are the 2 mini ones that I love. So you have Mini Zendo and Mini Retro, and just color combinations I love. I love to wear a lot of army green colors, and these just go so beautifully, both of them. So let me show you guys. I don't really see too much of a comparison between the mini and, I mean, yes, they go together. Like I wouldn't even mind carrying this one with this one because there's some colors in here I would like to still use, but I mean, it's not like dead on, but these are 15 new shades, so I don't expect them to be dead on. I think she's just trying to say, like, this was kind of the Mini Zendo that came out, beautiful colors to work with, and now I'm gonna give you even more. So I've heard, you know, even I think I read a couple reviews. I was like, well, they're nothing alike. Well, I don't think they're supposed to be like exactly alike. I think they're just sisters. They're not twins, you know, they're cousins. They're just related to each other. And I like that she gave us a little bit more with this one. And some of these colors, the beautiful thing about her midis is that, like she said, you can use them horizontally, you can use them in quads. She designed the palette to create any kind of story you want to do. Like you can do those 4 shades, you can do those 4 shades. You can mix and match, you can do whatever you want. So I love that. And then this is compared to if you already own the bronze palette. I don't see too many comparisons, but yes, I mean, you could see that there's warmth in both of them, but there's no repeat shades or any of that. You've got some color in there as well. So I don't feel like if you own the bronze palette, you don't, you know, I feel like it's an addition. So it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna buy the same palette. I don't feel like that at all. And then with the Sunset palette, I think this is Sunset or Sunrise? Sunrise, sorry, not Sunset, I don't own Sunset. These are more pinks to me and yellows. Yes, again, warm tones, but I don't think they're anything like this palette at all. I mean, yes, there's a couple maybe comparisons to it, but I don't think there's anything exactly alike. But very beautiful. I mean, just, you just can't go wrong with Natasha colors. All right, we're gonna start off with my Scott Barnes number 62 brush, and I am going to dip into Balance right there. So not a lot of kickback going on there. That's nice. So we're just gonna start right here, and we're just gonna build that transition shade. Ooh, so pretty, you guys. And these blend like a dream, as always. I'm bringing that all the way in to kind of meet into my nose contour. So pretty though, right, you guys? Ooh, that is a gorgeous color. All right, I'm just gonna take this Sonia G brush. It just has my bronzer on it, and I'm just going to kind of soften the edges out a little bit, just to make sure I don't really have any excess color on there. It's just whatever I had left over from my bronzer from another day. So pretty. There really isn't, that's the lightest. My only thing I would say about this palette is I wish there was like a little bit, like these are so similar, like I wish one of those was out and like maybe like a cooler toned neutral shade is in there. Like that would be the only thing, but you know what, I can flip and flop. So there's a couple shades in my Glam palette I can kind of stick in there, and you know, I think that would have been, actually, let's see what, this is the Glam palette right here that I reviewed, like a shade kind of like that one. Like that would be really beautiful in there too. So pretty. This is one of my favorite Natasha palettes. I was gonna do Relief, but I think we're gonna do Calm because I want you guys to see how the cream to powder formula works. And I'm gonna take that one on my Sigma E35, sorry. So I kind of like taking, with the cream to powder formulations, I like using synthetic brushes. So I'm gonna take that on this Sigma E35, and that's what it looks like on my brush. And we're just gonna kind of go over that a little right here. Ooh. Ooh, that is a beautiful shade. I know people don't really care for her cream, some people, not everyone, but I've heard people not care for her cream powder formulas, but I really like them. I really like them. And I think it depends on what your base is too. Like what are you using as a base? And I think that can make a difference, a huge difference sometimes. Very soft and very pretty. So I think what I'm gonna do is build up the outer V with this cream to powder. I don't think that's a cream to powder. Yeah, Mindful is a cream to powder. I can feel that wet formula, which I actually really, really like. Oh my gosh, you guys, do you see how pigmented that is? It's crazy. As we all know from my videos, I always say I'm gonna do a natural look and then it ends up being way glamorous. So I always have intentions of doing that. Actually, you know what? Let's just take this and do a halo today. So pretty. That cream to powder formula to me is incredibly amazing. Don't worry, it looks crazy right now, but just trust the process. Trust my process. And I'm not putting anything left, I'm not putting any more product on there when I go into the inside because I don't want it to be too, I want to build it up in there just so it doesn't get too aggressive. Basically, I'm creating the outline right now, and then we'll go and blend everything out, and it always comes together at the end. Especially with halos, they look a little crazy when you're first doing them, but they look so beautiful when they're all done, especially with the lashes on. Okay, so yeah, my natural look got a little bit more glamorous. We all know that happens. All right, I'm gonna take Balance again. I'm gonna go in there with my Sonia G crease brush, and because it's a little bit smaller, and just kind of go over the edges there. So far, these colors are just going on like a dream. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take my Natasha Denona contour. I think we're gonna do 2 medium because it's more cool toned. And what I'm gonna do is go over the edges with this color, and that's gonna help diffuse out. See how it diffuses out those edges? It's already a very warm look. That's why I'm pulling in a little bit of that neutralness just to kind of diffuse. Again, just diffusing out the edge area before we get, because that's pretty much the only dark colors we're gonna be using. By bringing in that cool tone contour shade, it just feels like it's kind of toning down the warmness. That's how I should say it. I want the warmth, but I want to tone it down a little because those are very warm colors. It's so beautiful, right? It goes really pretty with my orange top. And so like bronzed and golden. I love it. I haven't done a look like this in so long. All right, let's go in with this duochrome. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. So it's like a very like, it's not like really opaque because it is a duochrome like Yama. You know, you're not gonna see them on the hand that much, but you can see like the shift on them because there's like a, you know, that shift of red and orange there, and then a little bit of, I don't know if you could tell on my hand with the Yama, there's a shift of green. And I think if you mixed it in with those, you know, teal colors, those turquoise colors, it's really gonna pick up that green shift. If you take that quad right there and used a little bit of Yama, that you're really gonna see that green shift. We're not doing that today, but yeah, that is beautiful. And I like to take her duochromes with my finger first. And they're more toppers more than anything else, but do you see that? How gorgeous is that? I just wanted to try that out because it's so pretty. And then we're gonna stick Yama in the very, very center. For being a duochrome, there's a little more opaqueness than I even imagined in there, so I like it. I'm digging it. I am digging it. Now, I think what I would have wanted to do though was put a metallic down first, because I would want to fill in those gaps. So next time I would take, if I were to do this in reverse, I would take this gold first. Oh my gosh, you guys, do you see that insaneness right there? Let's do that. I would have laid down that one first, but that's okay. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I saw mixed reviews on this palette, and let me tell you guys, I think it is so worth it. I am so glad I ended up getting it. I was kind of like, do I need another palette right now? There's a lot of things I need to buy to review right now, but I just had to, because I really did. Honestly, I love the mini Zendo one, so I was really excited. I'm gonna take my MAC 242. Whenever you wet her metallics, they're always gonna come out even more intense. I'm gonna take my Urban Decay spray since I can't find my Fix Plus. And you could take water, whatever you wanna take, and I'm gonna take that onto this MAC 242 and just pull down a little bit more. Can never have too much gold. And I'm getting a little bit of fallout underneath the eyes, but that's okay, I have enough powder down there. I think if you were to do the blue shades, you'd probably wanna stick to doing your eyes first. I'm gonna actually go in with this Bedalium Tools Golden Triangle, and I'm gonna go back into this color right here, that cream to powder, I think it's Mindful. Go back in there and just kind of get those edges back in there a little bit with that color. So pretty, right, you guys? Oh my gosh, that's insane. All right, let's take this Yama color that, ooh, I can see that. I don't know if you can tell on camera. I can see that shift in the green. So pretty. Let's see what it looks like over this. Just right in the center, okay? Right there. Oh my gosh. That is the most gorgeous shade. One of the most gorgeous eyeshadow shades I have ever seen. Wow. Wow, you guys. I'm gonna take that Yama and put that into the inner corner. So let's start on the lower lash line because we're done with the upper lash line. It was a quick look. I'm gonna take this Wayne Goss 27S brush, and we're gonna just start smoking out that bottom with that first color that we dipped into, which is, gosh, there is some powder in there, Balance. So we're gonna take that. So there is powder, that's why you kind of want to dust that off before you go in. And then, so you guys, I don't lean over too much. Do it this way. And we'll just kind of pull that one right here, right underneath the eye. And I'm just kind of matching that up, smoking out that lower area and just kind of blowing it out right there, just making it a little bit more blown out than I normally do. All right, now we're gonna take this little Sigma eyeliner type brush, and we're gonna take that Mindful, that cream to powder formula, and we're just gonna kind of tuck that right where that lash line is. I'm gonna take my Morphe, this is a no number brush, and I'm gonna go into this, is it called Luster? I wanna say that was that metallic gold I was using. I'm gonna pull that one right in here, just to brighten up the eyes a little bit there. I've kind of been liking to do that. Natasha does that in a lot of her videos too, that she does when she creates looks, and I love that. I never thought to really do too much metallic on the lower lash line, but when I saw her doing that, I was like, I really, really love that. That's why she's a world-renowned makeup artist, because we learn things from her, right? That's pretty much it, you guys. I mean, that's kind of, I used, how many colors did I use? So I didn't go with any of these pinks down here. But I did use that one, that one, that one, that one, and I'll put it right there, the X's. and that one. I'm still dying to use that row, so we will do that in another video. Again, comment below if you want to see me do that look. And yeah, I still need to play with some of those colors too, but oh, so pretty. I mean, I guess we can kind of pop that one in a little bit and see what that looks like. Let's see, that could actually go into this look. So let's take this It Cosmetics brush and let's dip into that one right there. It's kind of like it almost matches my top a little, so we can pull that one like right, ooh, that's pigmented. Can pull that one like right here. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, so I'm going to put my lashes on, clean up my look. I'm gonna go film another video because I want to show you guys the bronzer and blush face palette from Anastasia, and then I will be back to give my final rankings and give you the final look. So I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so this is how it all came together, and I cannot tell you guys how much I love this eyeshadow look. It is so beautiful. I hadn't done like a warm golden look like this in a long time. And once I put my Amy June lashes on, it's like everything just came together. Make sure you guys are following me at Christy Allure on Instagram because I'm gonna be doing a huge giveaway with Amy June lashes, and I am so excited for that. You guys know, if you watch my channel, I am genuinely a big fan of her eyelashes. I discovered her on my own at her lashes, and I just fell in love with them. I buy my own lashes. I don't get sponsored or I don't have any collaboration deals with her. I genuinely love her lashes. I purchase them every month or so. Like, I get little packs. I love that she does that. You can see on her website. But she reached out to me last week and she was like, do you want to do a giveaway? And I'm like, yes, I want my subscribers to just experience how beautiful her lashes are. I am really want to support small businesses, and I feel like she's a small hustler. She's a boss lady, let me tell you guys, and I don't feel like she gets a lot of love from influencers, and I don't feel like a lot of influencers really talk about or know about her lashes, and I absolutely love them. I love how easy they are to apply. I love how affordable they are. I mean, they look so glam and so beautiful. These are the lashes, especially these 3D Eve Silks. When I saw them at my Planet Beauty, I was like, boom, I want those lashes. I knew that was like my lashes right there. And ever since then, I haven't turned away. This is the style I go to all the time. You can check out my lash tutorial when I actually applied these on camera, and I just love these lashes. They're just my absolute favorite. So very excited to do that giveaway, but let's just jump into the rankings of this product, you guys. Oh my goodness, this palette. You know, I really wasn't sure. I loved the Mini Zendo, as I mentioned earlier, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna like the full palette. And I saw the color story. What drew me in were these teal colors because I love these type of colors, but I also love warm colors as well. And I was very excited to do this warm look because I feel like I haven't really done one since the bronze palette last year. So was really excited to do that and play with those. Can't wait to play with those. Just a beautiful palette, but we'll just jump into the rankings because, you know, I'm just so excited to talk about it. So if you're new to my channel, I like to rank my new products that I try on. And with eyeshadow palettes, I only do 4 categories. I look at packaging, shade range, application, pricing, and then I give you my total Allure score and the percentage of whether or not I think this product or this palette is worth it. But always, like I say, take it with a grain of salt. What I like may not be what you like. So always, always, always just take it lightly, what I say and what I recommend. But let's just go over the packaging, you guys. The packaging is just typical Natasha Denona. Gorgeous packaging. I love that mirrored effect. Yes, it gets dirty, but it's beautiful. It's luxury. It's just got that sleek luxe. I love the whole like copper feel to it. It is beautiful. It really, like, the coloring goes so perfectly with the actual color tones, and like she said, it's like nature meets architecture, and just what she said was just beautiful and just really, really true to what this palette represents. I am a huge fan, so solid 10 out of 10. 100% of me loves this packaging. Let's go into shade range. So shade range, like I said, this color story jumped out at me personally. I was like, I'm in it. You know, I love it. I did hear some feedback that, you know, it didn't really remind them too much of the Mini Zendo, but like I said earlier, they're more like cousins and sisters. I didn't want an identical twin to the Mini Zendo. I already had the Mini Zendo. I wanted different colors. These are 15 new gorgeous shades. The only point I'm gonna knock down on this is that I don't feel like there was a lighter, the lightest shade was that transition shade right there. I just wanted like maybe like one more matte in there and maybe get rid of, like these were a little too similar. So I would just kind of maybe play around with that a little. Really feel like the swatches were so beautiful and pigmented and creamy. And sometimes with Natasha palettes, I don't always see that on all 15 swatches. I feel like on this palette, I almost saw it with all 15 swatches. So even though I felt like there was a color or two missing, the swatches to the application of the ones I tried today were stunning, you guys, just absolutely stunning. So the only reason why I'm gonna dock the points down on this is because there was about a couple shades I wish that were in this palette that were not in this palette. But other than that, I love the color story. So I'm just gonna dock it down 1 point. So I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, which is 90% of me likes the shade range. That's pretty darn good. Let's move over into application. As I just stated, they just applied to perfection. You guys saw that. I could have applied this makeup look if I wasn't talking and on camera in like 10 minutes. And this is glam. This is beautiful. This is just what I expect when I spend $65. And the reason why I know it's worth $65 because yes, you can get really affordable. I mean, you guys know I love my ColourPop shadows. I love the Cold Fox palette. Oh my gosh, I love that one almost just as much as I love the Natasha Denona Glam palette. So yes, you can get quality shadows for affordable price points, but when luxury companies like Natasha Denona, who these are made in Italy, I mean, they're just finely milled. They're so beautiful and just the color payoff, the longevity of it. Because although I love ColourPop shadows, I don't know if the longevity is quite as much as like a Natasha Denona or Pat McGrath. And it's because they spend a lot of money. They spend a lot of money to manufacture these and really give us quality products. So I love the fact that she's doing these midis and putting that at a good price point. But we'll get into pricing in just a second. The application is just stunning. So I'm going to give application a solid 10 out of 10. You guys, 100% of me loved the way all of the ones that I tried today applied. I can't vouch for the blue ones or any of those colors yet, but the way they swatched were beautiful. So I'm just going based off of that. Now, as far as pricing goes, yes, again, $65 seems like a lot, but a little over $3 a gram is not bad when you really break it down. And of course, these are, you guys saw my other palettes. They're going to take so long to get through. And even though I think the shelf life, I want to say is 12 months. I mean, I've had some of my Natasha palettes for like 3 years and they're still going strong and beautiful. So, I mean, even though the shelf life may be shorter, you still get the longevity down the road. Trust me when I say that. These are quality shadows. And again, I love the fact that I can interchange them. If I'm, say I hit pan on one of these colors and say it's one of the colors that maybe I don't really want and I want to buy one of her individual ones, I can pop the individual one in there and design my own palette. So I love that. And I love, again, that she's doing these midi palettes for $65. I think it is a more reasonable price point than her over $100 palettes. I think $125 and even up. So I really appreciate that, you guys. And I'm going to give pricing a 10 out of 10 because I think it's worth it. It's quality makeup, it's quality payoff, pigmentation, and everything in longevity. Everything I want, especially for my mature skin, I will pay the extra money when it's good quality product. So solid 10 out of 10, 100% of me is okay with the pricing. So we're looking at a total allure score of a 49 out of 50. Yes, almost 100% of me loves this palette. Practically 100% of me loves this palette. 98% is a pretty darn good score right there. I'm going to show you guys the scorecard of all the Natasha Denona palettes that I own, even including the minis, and just where I rank those. And as you can see right there, this is on top, you guys. I mean, wow, the Glam palette is only because of the storyline. I love the Glam palette so much. But this one and the gold palette were solid neck to neck because I love that mini gold palette. It's just one of my favorite palettes of hers. So beautiful. And I love the quality and the convenience of the minis, even though you are paying a lot. Again, they last forever. But this one, yeah, I mean, I was really surprised. I wasn't quite sure if this was gonna surpass the bronze palette because I wasn't sure if it was gonna remind me a lot of it, but I got those pops of color that I like from this palette versus the bronze palette. So that's kind of just where I rank my Natasha Denona palettes. I'm not going to measure up to other palettes. I'm just going to do Natasha palettes, and that's kind of where I rank them as far as if you were looking at purchasing a Midi of hers or getting into Natasha Denona products. You will never be disappointed. Let me tell you, you may be disappointed with 1 or 2 shades, but isn't that in every palette? Just because I love that ColourPop Stone Cold Fox palette doesn't mean I love every shade in there, because there is not every shade in there that I love, okay? So let's be real. I think we go through that in every single palette that we own. I mean, Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette was my top palette for so many years. I loved that palette, but I didn't love every single shade in there. There was just a good amount of shades in there that I loved, and I can see myself reaching for this a lot, especially in the spring. And what I like about this one is it actually transitions into fall. I think this is going to be a gorgeous fall look. This could have been a fall look right here, you know, beautiful pumpkin spice look, but yeah, it's still summery and golden and just bronzy and beautiful. And these shades can even go into the winter time. It's so pretty and just give you that icy feel. So I love that. I love it. I love cool tones and I love warm tones. And no, I don't think it's exactly, I don't know if I would consider this as a cool tone. I would probably say more neutral warm, but I mean, nonetheless, it is a gorgeous palette. So I am very excited, you guys. I am so glad. Let me know if this is a palette that you were interested in, if you liked the mini Zendo, and also let me know your favorite Natasha Denona palette. It doesn't have to be a midi or a mini. It could be one of her larger ones. I know some of her larger ones are really like big holy grails to a lot of influencers. I have yet to get my hands on those yet, but I will one day, because I do want to try her bigger pan palettes. But yeah, let me know your favorite Natasha Denona palettes, and let me know if you guys want me to do more looks with this and more on the blue side. So drop a comment. I love hearing from you guys. If you're new and you're just stopping by, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you can get notified. I'm here every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and you don't want to miss a video. Again, follow me at Christy Allure on Instagram for that giveaway, and on my blog, ChristyAllure.com. Please give this video a huge thumbs up. You guys, go ahead, click that like button. It really, really does help me out, you guys. And use my affiliate links, please, 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 if you decide to purchase any of these products. Again, that helps support my channel. And I will see you guys next Sunday. Thank you for watching. Love you guys.